between us and our money. So be careful out there. Be skeptical, question everything. If it seems too good to be true, it's absolutely too good to be true.
Yeah. Yeah, and certainly look at that before you open really any email, double check that email address. Is it one that's familiar? There's some that really look suspicious when you look at them. So be careful on the emails that you open.
Just on the topic of scams, this is more of a personal thing than a real estate driven thing, but my name is Patrick Reagan. For those of you that don't know me, my full-time job is a state trooper. And in the past 2 months, I've taken 4 investigations where someone had called somebody and convinced them to empty out their Wells Fargo account and then deposit that cash into an ATM. Wells Fargo is never going to call you. They're going to email you. And I'm pretty sure that goes for all banks. So they're getting pretty creative. If there's anything that's like a time deadline, very time sensitive, it's usually a scam. So just
Yeah, a lot of urgency in it. It's a red flag for sure. Go ahead, Jim.
The scam that was put out, I think it was a scam, I'm not sure. I don't typically use DocuSign, but I did get a DocuSign from a gene therapy. I forget the name of the company. So I went online and checked. It's a valid company, this, that, the other. You clicked on this, and so I don't know. It told me that I signed. It was a cancer research type of scam, and I hadn't signed any DocuSign, but I just got it right after starting to use DocuSign with my first listing. So just to point that out, if anybody starts getting a DocuSign email, I mean, might have been a coincidence, but it was pretty big coincidence to get it right after starting.
Yeah, it was probably a DocuSign flaw.
Yeah, or something. It was.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know.
For the
It was.
Dominic. I'll take it back, Bob.
that you started or?
No. Not me, no. No, not me. I was gonna buy something off a marketplace actually, and the lady wanted to send me through Zelle before she came and picked it up. So what happened was I got a text message from Zelle, and the number in there I called, and I was just leery. I was like, you know what? Let me do my own research. I called up Zelle. Turns out it wasn't even their customer service number, and it was a scenario where, you know, again, she was going to send me money, but then I wasn't set up for a business account, so they wanted to like her send me more money and then me credit it back. I don't know. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
blocked her. So just be aware of those two.
yeah. A lot going on, so be careful. And the only other thing I have is staging. We talked about staging with AI. If you're doing staging and putting it out there in your marketing or even on the MLS, make sure that you disclose that photo is staged, that it's not an original photo. Just I put it on each photo when I use it. I put on the comments. I put on the comments that it's staged. Yep. Yeah. Anything else? Anyone have any other questions?
Any other scams? No.
We're good. Melissa? Wait. Anyone know of that?
Yeah, that's the one where they go to your website and then you reach out to them and say, oh, that's what's that? And it's one of those crypto scams, right? They're saying, you know, you got something to put you on for this. Yeah.
When it comes up on Scorpio, there is no record, that is a big flag.
Okay.
And I asked them for the agreement, like how can I not pay money for nothing? So they sent me an agreement. And it doesn't look like strange, but it is strange.
They say an agreement.
It says $100 and say, we make the decisions that are gonna be like, if your account, it's a lease, whatever, but I told them, I'm not able to pay money upfront, and
Yeah.
it's actually not gonna happen, they're just gonna refund money, very strange.
Yeah.
If you pay, to get refund, you'll be probably not so.
Right. Yeah, I get a lot of text messages for, and I'm sure you all do too, is for somebody that wants to, I've got leads for you. I've got I've got buyers in Strasbourg or sellers in Strasbourg, and then I just ignore them. I don't even respond to them. So, okay.
All right, thanks, Bob. Bob, I'm
thank
gonna
you.
grab your mic off you. So we don't listen to you talking in the back about me. Hey, gang in the back, you guys want to come in and have a seat? We have some room. We got some rooms. All right, so upcoming training and events. Let's get some energy in this room. You guys you're waning here. You're waning a little bit, right? What's going on? We're tired? Tired today? Yeah. Well, snap out of it. Let's go. Let's get excited about this. The listing contest. Who's in first place? Captain Kristen Durgar. There she is, back there. Second place, Rick Garcia. He is not here, but he's probably at the PMAR thing. Was he there at PMAR? No, he was going to be here, but in any event, Rick has the second place with 7 listings, and third place is a tie with Amy Galligan and Barb Miller. So, you know, there's going to be there's going to be prizes, and there's going to be some swag, right? We talked about that. Everybody knows what's what. Bragging rights. You get a KW branded sweet jacket, a hoodie, or your choice of a t-shirt. You know, it's going to be great. It's fantastic. And you get all the money from all the closings that you're going to have because of all the listings. So that's really the prize. Upcoming events. We have our first ever fall festival at our Scioto West End office. Very excited about this. The proceeds will be benefiting the West End Fire Company. There is a pie baking contest with first prize $300, second prize $200. So there's fall activities, fun for the whole family, a costume parade for the kids, live music, tricky tray, food and drinks, dollar hot dogs, popcorn, cotton candy. So guys, come to that, support the Scioto office and the West End office. It's really Realtor Row right there. And we have such a beautiful building at West End, such a nice yard space. And it really will be a nice day for us to just connect, bring your clients and show them a good time. That's what it's about. Okay.
And there's a smart plan for it.
Tell me,
So
Colleen.
if you want to share it with your database, it's a really good opportunity to get things out to your database. So there's a smart plan in the smart plan library. If you need help with it, let me know.
What does it say, Colleen? West End?
Yes.
First annual?
Yes.
That's the name of the smart plan.
Fall festival. I'll look it up. It will be in my weekly email. Check it out.
If you don't know why that you need to be connecting with your database, then stick around for our business planning right after this, and we could talk to you about that too. Okay? Don't forget, we have our fundraiser for Eva Polanski and her family. He's still, Derek is still fighting his good fight with cancer. So give where you live. We'll accept PayPal or Venmo. Please keep in mind today we have our business planning. If you guys cannot stick around for it, I am teaching it at PMAR next Wednesday. It will be a little modified version, a little bit watered down. You guys get the goods. They get the B presentation. You get the A presentation. We will also be having a canned food drive. Instead of our annual turkey drive, we'll be doing a canned food donations at every one of our offices. So that'll be something fun. Maybe we'll do a drive-through drop-off, come drop off a can, get a hot dog. I don't know, but it's going to be good. Then we have Elf movie night, When Pictures with Santa. That's something that we're going to be doing at the, what's the name of that theater, Colleen? Pocono Cinema down in Eastburg, that little theater. Okay, so that's going to be fun. Janet, okay, wear your elf hat. There'll be props. And then don't forget the regional classes are also available to please attend those. Ready, set, record. The media room is open. Please start posting videos on social. I'm seeing a lot of people do videos for their listings, and that's what's driving traffic online. And they're looking good. They're looking really good. Additional resources, as always, get their insight on the market update here. Family reunion, it's not too early, I guess, to start talking about this. It's never too early to get it started. There's Robert Hoffman right there, who we're going to be voting for. We had a whole slide. We had a whole slide chiming in about family reunion, how much he loves it. It's going to be on the East Coast in Hotlanta. All right, so we got to go. Early bird tickets are available February 21st through 24th. Bold, find a Bold near you. We don't have one going. If you want to be bold, go there, or just really get together with your listing, the listing contest captains, and start driving your team forward. You guys have the tools, you have all the resources you need. Hit it, hit the ground running, beef up your inventory for the winter. Want to listen to a podcast? There's a bunch. Create a referral engine that generates 100 deals a year. That sounds like something interesting. I don't know. If I was in business, I'd be there. Think like a CEO. Color of Money, The One Thing, Empire Building. What is this, Colleen?
Social posts.
Social
So
posts.
there's a ton of social posts available on command that if you can't come up with something, they're all available in there because the design section is still available. So you can go there or you can go to Canva.
They say 30 plus scary good October social prompts.
Oh, yeah,
Are they family friendly?
they should be.
All right. So we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month with Keller Inc. So what we now have is the Spanish version of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent and Your First House. Take 25% off for the bundle. So that's huge. If you have any Spanish speaking clients, they could, or you have Spanish speaking agents, fantastic gift. Okay. Or you want to brush up on your Spanish, you could use the MREA and the Spanish version and go back and forth. All right, let's hit it. I got a lot to cover yet. QL, Marika, you want to say anything about QL? QL has raised and awarded over $86,000 to young adults in order to get their lives and get their shit together, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
basically.
Tell me more eloquently.
So if you guys have not attended a QL event and you're under the age of 28, you are eligible for up to $10,000 of scholarships. Okay, so I see some new faces in the room. If you're under that age, then join. We do online events as far as Zoom stuff, but we also do some physical ones. So if you're interested, let me know. I can let you know when the next one's coming up are. We haven't had one here in a while.
Yeah.
So guys, let me know if you want to have one. But I think the next one we're planning for is in the Valley. Michael and I are probably going to team up on one before the end of the year.
Okay, good.
You can get up to $10,000 in scholarship money towards your mission. So we help you define what your actual mission is. So outside of real estate, because real estate, we can all agree, is an incredible vehicle. No, 16.
16.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, get him in. He's attended them. He'd qualify for some scholarships soon. And then prior to the scholarship money, you actually get a quarter. You get like 3 to 4 months worth of coaching as well. And then once you make it through the coaching, you're eligible for the financial scholarships, which can go towards college tuition, can go towards all kinds of stuff. Whatever your mission is, we are here and we have funding in order to help these. And actually 2 years ago, we had more funding than we had applicants. And now we have so many applicants that we need more funding. So it's a cool cause. I enjoy it a lot.
tremendous. Thanks, Marika. Yep. So if you want to give to the next generation, or if you want to sign up, talk to Marika about it, we'll get you going on that. Right. So there's all the information. There's all the communities for you to be at. And I would be remiss if I didn't say, please, if you're calling people, you do it in a TCPA friendly, compliant way. And now I want to do a mindset moment with you guys. Is that all right? All right. This is going to be a little bit different because what I actually want to talk to you guys about has a lot to do with my trip to Italy. So I've crafted a slideshow for you guys with some different pillars and some different photographs of things that really inspired me and helped me shake out what I'm going to be calling the Santini Blueprint Lessons from Legacy. Okay? So we have personal perspectives. I listen to a lot of books about how to live life. I listen to a lot of podcasts about how to grow through, let's call it transition or turmoil or challenges. And I've taken the last 10 years of my life, and I've really, those who don't know me personally, just know this. I have gone through many reiterations and many serious life changes over the past decade where I could have shrunk down and I could have crumbled, or I could have stand up and I could be right here today. So I noticed there was a common theme of how I'm showing up and what I'm doing during these times. When I went to Italy, I crafted out these 5 pillars, okay? Lessons from legacy in a world that sometimes feels a little shaky, feels like maybe you're on quicksand. It's not about when are things going to change. It's about who am I going to become during this time, right? In times of adversity, in times of stress, it's that pressure, and not to be cheesy, but it's that pressure that makes that diamond in who you are. Everybody could be fantastic when life is going fine. It's when the shit hits the fan, that's where I think all the growth happens, seriously. So I want to take you through this little journey with me on my trip and what this looked like for me when I was in Italy. So I went to my family's village and experienced a lot of different things. The lifestyle was very different. There's my cousin Roberto with my dad. There's a gentleman that was just walking down the street with his suit on, with his live flowers. He was handing them out to women as he was just meandering around the cobblestone streets. Presence is my first pillar, okay? Presence is what you're actually focusing on. So a lot of us, we get overwhelmed, right? We get overwhelmed and we don't know how to control that. What we need to focus on is the circles of control and shrinking that overwhelm down to actually what you can make a difference and what you could change. So presence isn't about slowing down. It's about moving with intention, okay? That's leadership. It's not reacting, but it's responding. Presence says, the only thing I own is my next right action. I don't need to win this entire day. I just need to really own the next 15 minutes and crush that. And that's leadership, and that's presence. So presence equals focus, okay? Because what we focus on expands. So if we have our focus on things that don't serve us, what are we doing? Why are we wasting our time with that? So, you know, I talk about the bullseye all the time, the circles of control, because that's what I visually, that resonates with me. But presence is just slowing it down and move yourself through life with intention. Okay? That's pillar number 1. These gentlemen, by the way, were just, I don't even know who the hell they are. They were just a bunch of older gentlemen hanging out, sitting on the steps of that porch, just enjoying their conversation. There were no cell phones out. There was none of that. It was about slowing down and having a cup of cappuccino every morning and talking and really being engaged with what you're doing. So reframe. This right here is a sissy. I don't know who here is religious and who's not. I'm not religious. So this was quite a journey for me to go to a lot of these very religious and holy places. But what I found was, especially in Assisi, does anybody here know the story of St. Francis? No. St. Francis came from a very wealthy family. He was very wealthy. And what he did was he gave everything away. He gave everything away to serve the town. He was the patron saint of animals. Look, Daisy on your lap. I have some notes here that I do need to review. So I didn't want to miss anything. So he was born into privilege. He had wealth, status, and all the fine clothes. He reframed his entire life and walked barefoot through these same streets that I was in. That actually packs out front, and that lawn means peace, and that's what's outside of his chapel. But because of his service, this church was built there to honor him in the town, right? So he reframed his entire life by giving up the privilege to serve, for service. Reframing is the discipline of seeing differently. So we choose our own perspective, and right there is where all your power lies. So if you're going to look at the market and you're going to say, the market's shit, well, maybe you need to look at your purpose in that market and stop focusing on the loss. Your perspective is where all of your power is. Leadership in any market, because you guys are leaders, not just in business, but in life, right? Leadership isn't what you have, it's how you see the world and how you see things and opportunity. So I like to call it the reframe. Reframe perspective creates possibility. Does that make sense to anybody? Am I just talking about things you guys already know? I know you do, but this was really important to me to not just take this trip with my dad, but to really make it mean something that was greater than just a couple photos that I brought back. So what we did, number 3, is a root. Your root is why you're here and who you stand on that came before you. This is the church that my great-grandfather was baptized in, that we went to see. That's the actual baptismal thing that they used on my great-grandfather. Being in that church, being there with that legacy and that history was really moving for me. What was given up for me to be where I am? There's my family's grave in Italy. We were able to see that too. So to me, root is knowing and recognizing who came before you and who sacrificed for you to be where you are. So maybe close your eyes and think about it. Who helped you get to where you are? And why do you do the things that you do? Who sacrificed for you to be in the position that you're in? That's your root. That's your why. That's the story that you stand on and that you carry with you. When the market gets hard, when the deal feels like shit, when the day-to-day stuff isn't going your way, go back there and remember that. Take it back to this. For me, it was going to a museum in my hometown of Gualdo Tadino and seeing mining certificates from Luzerne County and Plains, Pennsylvania, where I'm from. My grandfather came to this country to be a miner, to work in the mines. He died of black lung. He gave up everything and came to this country with one suitcase. There's the suitcases of the people that came and were immigrated to this country. They took a chance, right? So what, I don't want to make that phone call? I don't want to go out and have a conversation and grow my own business? What kind of shit is that? You know, like this is some serious stuff. This is in Boschetto. And this is right outside of the church that my great grandfather was baptized in. This is everybody that died in that little small town in World War I and World War II. Now, there's only maybe about 10 names on each war, but they created this monument to these 20 some people that passed away in that town that they still honor 100 years later today. Okay? It was really moving to me. I saw things regarding the Lehigh Valley Coal Company. I'm in Italy looking at stuff from the Lehigh Valley. My mind was blown. Here is a photograph of immigrants coming to Jessup in 1829 in Jessup. So this area and this region of Italy that my family's from all immigrated here to the Northeast PA region to mine and for another opportunity for their family. So it was really cool for me to see this. I know where this address is. That's my hometown. So it's your why. We inherit strength that we didn't earn. So your root is your legacy plus your why. That's what I took out of it. Authenticity. I'm going to flip this baby over. And we're going to go over by 2 minutes. I'm going to be quick about it. Authenticity. These photographs are here are from the parade. My town, the gate, there's 4 gates of the town. The gates in the medieval wall that surrounds the village. The 4 gates compete against each other every single year in medieval games. So they have archers, they have donkey riders, they have slingshot people that do slingshots. But what they've done is they created this authentic experience where they're leaning into who exactly they are and they don't give a shit about anything else, right? They are loud and they are proud and they are who they are to their core. This is my cousin. This is my other cousin, Alessandro. That's Roberto. And that's Bruno. They're Roberto's dad. So it was a tremendous opportunity to connect in this kind of way and see people just being who they are and really not apologizing for that. So authenticity to me is the refusal just to perform. It's being fully yourself and not a version that you think the world needs or something that you need to fit some kind of algorithm. It's when you're honest with a seller, even when it's hard. When you protect a buyer, even if it's going to cost your commission, right? Because that's who you are. When you follow through quietly without applause, that's authenticity. That's leadership that lasts. So who are you at your core? I don't know. You don't have to answer it. Authenticity equals trust equals referrals in business. Okay? I want to take you to this one. This was the most special place that I was at the entire time I was there. And you guys may not think it's special, but I most certainly did. This is the Paolo Roboli Ceramics workshop. You're going to say to me, who's Paolo Roboli and who the hell, why do I care about him? You probably don't. So every room in this workshop, as I'm going to tell you about what he did, every room, the first room was his studio. The next room was his kid's studio. The next room was his grandkids' studio, and on and on and on. Because he passed down what he did through generations. So Paolo Roboli, let me get it correct in my notes. In the 1800s, Paolo Roboli brought back a type of ceramic finish called majolica, okay? What that is a lusterware technique of golds and reds. It was a process so complex that it was nearly lost. It required firing ceramics multiple times, layering metallic oxides on top, and watching how the flames changed color and how they danced in order to get this finish correct. Every piece that he made was unpredictable. Every piece was fragile. He wasn't just a craftsman. He revived an ancient art. And he passed it down through generations. This is his actual potter's wheel back there. Here's his paintbrushes. There are the molds that he used from the 1800s. Here's his pieces. This is done in 1873 to 1878. These were done around the same time. How incredible is that, right? Somebody took something, a piece of clay, and formed their entire legacy from that. So what's worthy of your name? What are you going to create with your clay that represents your legacy? Regenerate. Pillar 5 is leaving everything better than how you found it. Legacy isn't built in a moment. It's built in a pattern of daily showing up. Legacy is written in stone, but the impact that you have is written in your daily actions. Paolo Roboli didn't choose speed. He chose patience. He didn't choose shortcuts. He chose mastery. Regenerate equals add value daily. Roboli he converted pressure into brilliance, and he used the fire. He didn't run from it. So what I'm going to leave you with is craftsmanship never goes out of style. So go create something worthy of your name and your legacy. And that's all I have. Thank you. I will be having my podcast where I'll be diving more into some of these things at length. And I want to say thank you guys for going on this small journey with me and for supporting me. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without you guys in the room. So thank you for giving me this opportunity and this joy in my life. So let's go have something to eat. It's $5 for salads and pizza. And then we'll come back and we'll do some business planning.